Hi, kids. Okay, on this day in film history for July 26th, lots of history for July 26th. I'm just going to talk about three items, two movies, and a person. So, first movie from 2013 is Fruitvale Station, the directorial debut feature film from Ryan Coogler, starring Michael B. Jordan. Don't get him confused with the other one, because he's in movies too. Um, this is based on real life events. The death of Oscar Grant, murdered by the police, was caught on phones by bystanders, circulated, put out there on the news. And then, of course, there were riots and things. That was 2013. And oh, things like that still happen, don't they? So, Fruitvale Station, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. Um, Move on to a slightly different topic. Then, 2019 was the release of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, Quentin Tarantino's film. Tarantino, because of the Harvey Weinstein situation, was kind of a free agent prior to production of this film. There was a bidding war for his services. There are not a lot of directors right now who just on their name alone, not on the project, just on their name alone can go into a bidding war, studio wanting to make their next project. I think it's pretty much Christopher Nolan and Quentin Tarantino. So there's bidding war. This film was made for a $90 million budget. So there you go. Oppenheimer is in in theaters right now. About $100 million budget. Speaking of Christopher Nolan making money, this one was only made for $90 million. So studios, learn your lesson. And that's still a lot of money. Made $377 million at the box office. And I can tell you, I do this every single time I hear about a new Quentin Tarantino project. I go, oh, I don't know. What is he thinking? Going all the way back to, I remember when Kill Bill came out, and I remember hearing about what it was about, and then seeing the trailer and thinking, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to pull this off. And then he pulls it off, and then he does a Western and so on and so forth. And every time I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Once Upon a Time was announced, and it was announced there's the big thing about the Charles Manson aspect of it, Sharon Tate, and I just thought, what are you doing? I do it every time. And then I see the film, and I'm like, oh, yeah, why? Why did I even question him? He knows what he's doing. This film, I will say, was the first film, ended, and I was like, oh, this is most mature film. It to me, the ending was like a fairy tale, and I was like, oh, of course, once upon a time. What were we all so worried about? Anyways, last thing I'll talk about. In 1928, on July 26th, was the birth of Stanley Kubrick. Died in 1999 at the age of 70. Died just prior to the release of his 13th and final film, Eyes Wide Shut. Kubrick, one of the best. I'm currently doing, if you're paying attention on the channel, you're probably not, a series on Kubrick. I've done the first episode, so I'm going through every single one of his films, breaking them down. So I won't go too much into Kubrick here, but I will say that he is someone who started out as a photographer, was quite gifted, experimented as a photographer with staging things to have a story. And then once he became a director, his first few films, he wasn't really interested in certain aspects of filmmaking. He was just trying to find and learn all of the pratfalls, um, learn the process of everything as much as he could before he really focused on perfecting his craft. He just wanted to learn the craft first. So his first 2 or 3 films, you can see gradually becoming the Kubrick that we know, but he's not there yet because he's learning to make mistakes, learning by doing. Right? Anyways, enough rambling from me. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe. See you tomorrow.